The Miller's Tale. There once was a beautiful young lady named Alison. There also was a very handsome young lad named Nicholas who studied astrology. Alison's husband was named John, and he was a very old and angry carpenter. They also had a young clerk named Absalom. One day, Nicholas starts to flirt with Alison. But Alison doesn't like Nicholas in that way. She doesn't fancy him. Nicholas starts to cry and starts to say he will die without Alison. So Alison agrees to sleep with him, but only if John doesn't find out. So Nicholas devises a plan. Absalom also fancies Alison. He serenades her every night, he gives her presents, he gives her flowers, but Alison doesn't fancy Absalom. She loves Nicholas. Nicholas devises a plan that will allow him and Alison to spend an entire night together. He has Alison tell John that Nicholas is seriously ill. John goes to check on Nicholas and he finds him in his room, tripped out of his mind, staring at the ceiling. He tells John about his vision, that the entire world will flood and everybody will die. Nicholas instructs John to fasten 3 tops to the roof so that when the flood will come, they will survive. As soon as John begins to snore, Alison and Nicholas will come down and will run back to the house. Back in the house, Alison and Nicholas spend the night together. Absalom passes by, hoping to stop in for a kiss. Alison agrees, but it's not her lips he finds at the window, but her naked arse. Nicholas and Alison start to laugh, but Absalom is not amused. Absalom seeks revenge, so he goes to the blacksmith to obtain a hot red iron poker. He then goes back to the house to ask for another kiss from Alison, but this time Nicholas sticks out his arse and Absalom burns his arse. Nicholas screams for water. And John, who is still hanging from the roof, hears these screams, and he cuts himself loose and he falls to the ground. John is hurt, and all the noise and commotion attract many of the townspeople. The carpenter tells his story, but Nicholas and Alison pretend like they don't know. John was out of the picture, so Alison and Nicholas could ride off into the sunset together, and they lived happily ever after. The end.